Hey, today we are going to talk about the Boston Massacre. And before we do that, there are two vocab words we need to review, and those words are loyalist and patriot. These are two different groups of people. A loyalist is a colonist who supports England and stays loyal to England before and throughout the American Revolution. A patriot is someone who is a colonist that rebels against Britain and rebels against British control before and during the American Revolution. So those are the two groups of people you need to know to complete this assignment, the loyalists and the patriots. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to learn a little bit more about the historical background of the Boston Massacre. So you have very short little readings here and just one quick question. Again, another short little reading and a quick question. So talking about soldiers arriving in the colonies, talking about the different languages that are spoken there. And when they're talking about the different languages, they're talking really about the fact that they're not hearing each other out. And so it continues on through there. So your first few slides are all going through the historical context. After that, you have a couple different sources here. You have an image, which is an engraving from Paul Revere. You have a very short little news article, two tiny little readings, and then the last one here, what you see on slide 8 and slide 9, are the exact same. So you can choose to read it, or you can choose to watch a video of somebody acting out this scene. And when you look down here, on slide 10, you have a little chart here that is going through, and it's talking about, you're going to talk through each of the sources. So for example, for source A, you have the image, and the first question that it asks you is, where is this taking place? What is the scene? So this is obviously, we're talking about the Boston Massacre, so we know that it's taking place in Boston, and you're going to describe, where this looks at. It kind of looks like they're outside in the middle of the town, center of town somewhere. We see, large buildings, probably churches nearby. We see storefronts, all sorts of things. So that would be an indicator for that. Weather and time of day, you try your best. Who started the fight? This question may change depending on the source that you are looking at, okay, your answer for that. So you will complete the whole section for source A, then the whole column for B, whole column for C, and D. Now on source E, some things are not mentioned, and those have been filled in. So where you see not mentioned, you don't need to add anything. And then finally, you have an exit ticket here. The last thing is you're going to write a 1.4, and you're going to discuss who you think is at fault for the Boston Massacre. Remember, you need a topic sentence, a claim, a piece of evidence, and you need an evaluation. That's your so what piece. You need those 4 sentences. This question is asking you to pick a side. So you must pick either the British or the colonists. You cannot be putting, well, maybe it's both. It's asking you to pick a side. If you have any questions on this, the secret code word to prove that you watched and listened to all the discussion, or the instructions, is patriot. Your secret word is patriot. So if you have to email your teacher, include that word. Thank you.